Hey guys, Michael here. I know a lot of you have already heard the news, but I'm in quarantine just like all the rest of you, so I wanted to sit down and just make a chill video talking to you guys about all the crazy stuff happening recently because everybody needs a quarantine buddy. I'm very sad to say it, but yes, you heard that right. Stranger Things Season 4 has been postponed. My favorite show and yours has been indefinitely postponed until everything calms back down. It's not ideal, no, but it's here and we've all got to deal with it, including Hollywood. But Stranger Things is different. Season 3 was about Independence Day and came out on July 4th. And remember Season 2? It took place during Halloween and it came out in October. Well, Season 4 is likely to be released on the holiday it's about just like last time. But will the delay in production force them to push it back until the holiday comes around again in 2022? Are they going to have to release it 6 months after the holiday passes? Or are they going to have to rewrite the script to fit a different holiday? So many questions that can change the course of this amazing show. I'm going to be covering all of this in today's video, as well as the rumors of them writing Season 5 during quarantine so they can shoot both seasons back to back once the pandemic is over so the kids don't get any older. And don't forget, I'll be here making fun videos for you guys every single week. By subscribing, you can stay up to date on all the latest movies and theories that everyone's going to be talking about. All you got to do is go down and hit that red button that says subscribe, and you'll become part of this community that's filled with tons of people that love to talk about all the same things that you love to talk about. We're going to be doing a lot of videos as we get closer to Season 4's release that you're not going to want to miss out on, so make sure you sub. Now, the other day, David Harbour, who plays Hopper, was doing a Q&A on Instagram when someone asked about Season 4. We had a few set photos leaked, one with Nancy and Robin on set in Atlanta shooting something, and then a few with the crew and Hopper's car as well as Joyce's, it looks like. They also traveled to Lithuania to shoot all the Russia scenes that we saw in the teaser, which was really cool. We saw Hopper in a Russian prison camp with a bunch of other prisoners working on a railroad track surrounded by some guards and the supposed new villain of the show. Well, for this season at least. The actor who played Jaqen from Game of Thrones, which is going to end up being Hopper's nemesis this season, just like the Terminator was in Season 3. But other than a little bit of shooting here and there, I don't think they shot much else. They couldn't have been very far into filming, but just the other week they decided to shut down production entirely and wait until things started getting better before shooting the rest of the show. So, like I was saying the other day when David Harbour was live on Instagram, he said that originally they were shooting to release Season 4 early next year, but now it's going to be pushed back. Now, if you've seen Stranger Things, you'll know that they like to release their seasons around a holiday, and then they use that theme with the season. In Season 1, although it released on July 15th, it was centered around Christmas. Going through the season, we saw Joyce use Christmas lights to communicate with Will, who was in the Upside Down, and by the end of the show, it was Christmas and they were all exchanging gifts and going to Christmas parties and whatnot. It wasn't an underlying theme, it was part of the actual story. And they did the same thing with Season 2. It released 4 days before Halloween, so they had all the kids dress up as the Ghostbusters and they went out trick-or-treating on Halloween. Again, the holiday played a big part in telling the season's story. For Season 3, they literally just released the show on July 4th, Independence Day, and the entire season was patriotic and led up to the Independence Day fair that Hawkins has each year. So just like they've done for the last 3 seasons, you can bet that Season 4 will be based around a holiday just the same. But what holiday? In fact, I'm going to sit here and wait to tell you while you go subscribe. And we're back. Now, like I was saying, originally we were thinking it was going to be a late 2020 release. Something like they did with Season 3 on July 4th, maybe they'd release Season 4 on Christmas Day, or better yet on New Year's. Okay, so in the first teaser trailer Netflix released for Season 4, we saw what looked to be the clock from the library tower in Hawkins Town Square, stuck in a tree in front of Hopper's cabin in the Upside Down. This clock was rumored to be a doomsday clock, which were countdowns to the end of something, the end of life, a disaster, the ultimate showdown possibly between Elle and the Mind Flayer. Or maybe a countdown to New Year's, or Doomsday on New Year's. Maybe they would release it on New Year's, and that's the holiday the season would lead up to in correlation with Elle going into the Upside Down with Hopper and the kids to fight the Mind Flayer on its own turf and end it once and for all. But, I mean, we already got Christmas in Season 1, so maybe New Year's this time? That's what we were speculating at least. But now we hear it was scheduled for early 2021 release, which I guess includes New Year's, so that theory isn't completely out the window. But what other holidays could it be centered around? What is early 2021? The first 3 months? Let's see. The biggest holidays we have January through March is New Year's, I guess. Groundhog Day on February 2nd, Valentine's on the 14th, St. Patrick's on March 17th, and then maybe Easter in early April, which would probably count. And the most likely holiday they would tie into the show has got to be Valentine's Day. Or New Year's. Yeah, but Valentine's Day would work well with the kids and all their crushes. Mike and Elle could do a little something for Valentine's. Lucas and Max might do something. Maybe we'd get to see Dustin do something sweet for Susie. Jonathan and Nancy are still together. Steve is single, like a Pringle. And maybe we'll finally see Hopper and Joyce get together at the end of the season, once he breaks out of prison or something. Easter's big too, but I don't really know how well it would tie into the show. Valentine's Day is a prime holiday to release it on too, because all the couples will be together to Netflix and chill all day, which definitely means binging Stranger Things, right? But like Harbour said, production's getting pushed back for who knows how long, so we might not get season 4 until fall 2021. That's more than a year and a half away. I don't know if I can wait that long. But let's say it did release August next year. If the script is for the most part already written, they probably wouldn't want to change the holiday if it's a big part of the story. They can always do what they did with season 1 and just release it no matter when it is, Valentine's in August, just like they did Christmas in July. But I don't know if they'd want to go backwards. They literally released their Independence Day season on July 4th. I don't think they'd be too thrilled for Valentine's in August. But then again, what else are they going to do? If they wanted to push it back for an early 2022 release on actual Valentine's Day, that's another 6 months of time they'd lose. And with this show in particular, time is precious. The kid actors are growing up fast, and they're trying to crank out seasons as fast as possible. Postponing it that much longer could hinder them more than help them. So then they're left with either trying to release it on the wrong time of the year or trying to rewrite a completely different holiday into it, which could prove to be more of a hassle than they want, on top of dealing with a delayed production. Let me know in the comments how you think they're going to handle all of this, because I don't think they necessarily want to double down on Halloween or Christmas again. I can see them waiting until New Year's 2022, but even that's an extra 5 months out. Now, I heard someone say they want them to use this time while everyone's quarantined and they can't shoot anything to write season 5, so when everything is back to normal, they can just shoot both seasons back to back. That way they don't lose any more time with the kids being young, like what I was talking about. While that sounds nice in theory, I'm not too sure if that's actually a good idea, and here's why. Sure, it'd be nice to have season 5 on lock and come out faster than any of the other seasons have, but I don't want them to sacrifice quality during season 4 to rush season 5. Because I'm not quite sure season 4 is completely written yet. Sometimes they continue writing it and changing things as they're shooting the show. And if they take on another season at the same time, they might be biting off more than they can chew. You know how much attention to detail the Duffer Brothers put into this show. If their attention is spread thin, season 4 might not be as good, and then neither will season 5. As much as I hate to say this, I would rather them slowly take their time and focus all their efforts on one thing at a time so we don't suffer with 2 subpar seasons. Because season 3 came out the gate really strong. It's going to be a hard season to follow up. They're off to a great start. We've got Hopper dying, and then psych, just kidding, he was alive the whole time, and actually he's in Russia. That's right, the Russians captured him. Get wrecked. And we've also got the green goo. This important mystery goo. Go watch my last Stranger Things video where we explain what I think the green stuff is. Trust me, you need to see it. I'll put an end card at the end of the video so you can watch it after this one, but if you've already seen it, then you know what I'm talking about. Also, 11 lost her powers, and the kids are splitting up. For such a strong season, they did a really good job at setting themselves up with a lot of loose ends to help season 4 be just as strong. But that's the thing. I want season 4 to be great, so we want season 5 in a few years. If they try to do both at once and season 4 sucks, nobody will want season 5, but they'll release it anyways because they already filmed it, and it'll just ruin the rest of the show even more. Remember the Divergent movies? The first movie was great. The second movie was meh, and then they tried to split up the third movie into part 1 and 2, and part 1 sucked, so they never made part 2. How crazy is that? I don't want Stranger Things to be the next Divergent. I love it too much. That'd be awful. I just hope they figure out how to handle this okay. I trust the Duffer Brothers and their screenwriting. It's just, no one could have planned for this, and it's on each of us to make the best of it now it's here. Which, speaking of, please be safe and make sure you actually social distance yourself from others in this time. I need you guys to be safe and smart, please. Even if you're young and healthy, you don't want to carry it to someone who's older and more susceptible to it. I'm currently on day 12. I'm on day 12 of quarantine myself, and so far I've been enjoying the extra time at home. I'm curious what all of you guys have been doing to stay busy and sane. Every time I go on Twitter, all I see is Animal Crossing. Everyone having fun playing Animal Crossing together. So I finally caved and went to go pick up a Switch to get in on all this Nintendo action, and they're completely sold out. everywhere. How does this happen? Best Buy, GameStop, Walmart, Target, Amazon, literally every retailer is currently sold out of Nintendo Switches, and no one has any idea on when they'll get any more. How? Nintendo just didn't make enough consoles? I guess there's a bigger demand for them now with the pandemic. That's understandable, but still, the only one I could find for under $500 is from the German Amazon and doesn't ship to the US. But I've got a friend over there who said they could buy it for me and they would ship it to me, but that's another $70 plus Animal Crossing. It's back up to $500. That's crazy. I don't even know if I could use the Switch from Germany though. I heard Nintendo region locks their games sometimes, so that would suck to get it after all that and then not be able to play it. But let me know what you guys have been doing during quarantine and what videos you want to see from me. Thank you so much for watching. Wash your hands. Go wash your hands. Please stay safe. I'll check back in soon with a quarantine update and another video next Saturday, or maybe before that. But until then, I will see you in the comments. Peace.